Hey everyone, we're going to be taking a look at Milwaukee's new adjustable wrench combination pack. It comes with a 10-inch wrench and a 6-inch wrench. They've also got an 8-inch version and an 8-inch wide jaw version. Those are separate. So this new wrench set, Milwaukee's claiming they're not going to back off. And if you look at the adjustment mechanism, they've really upped their game on precision here. And from what I've been using of them, I haven't had any problems with them backing off, which is really surprising because that's usually the big issue with adjustable wrenches is, you take a couple turns and you got to keep your thumb on that adjustment wheel because it, inevitably backs off and you end up rounding a fastener off if you don't fix that and address it. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look at these and I'll demo them, just doing some light work. Here's a close-up of the two wrenches. Go ahead and take a look at the 10-inch one. They've got laser-etched inch markings on one side, and then they've got millimeter markings on the other. They're pretty easy to read. Unfortunately, they don't go all the way to the end here. You can open the jaw wider than markings on either side. So the max capacity for this one is 1 7/16 inches, and the max capacity for the smaller 6-inch one is 31/32, right under an inch. Both of these have the same type of adjustment screw. It's got 5 threads of engagement at once. Just to give you an idea of the precision in here, when I shake it, you don't hear it rattling that much. Same goes with this one. You hear a little bit, but not a ton. And here's just a generic other wrench. You can hear how much this one shakes. This one has 3 threads of engagement, and there's a lot more slop in this adjustment mechanism than there is in the Milwaukee ones. You can still see some play here, more so with the bigger one. The little one's pretty solid. But despite having this tighter tolerance on the adjustment screw, it's still silky smooth when you're moving it up and down. So I'm pretty impressed with the build quality of these. They seem to be pretty durable. They've got chrome-plated finish, so they're not going to rust. And for the use, I've really only been using the 6-inch one. I used it a bit for work this week, and it performed really well. For those situations where you need 2 of the same wrench, this one's a great option. Instead of having to take 2 wrench sets with you, you just bring your adjustable wrench and then use a regular wrench. So the claim that it doesn't back off, got a nut here. Go ahead and tighten it. Get it tightened on down. Alright, so that's where we're supposed to be. You can slip it on. Alright, so normally you either have like a preload that kind of clamps down a little bit smaller and then you can't get it back on the fastener, or it backs off once you put a lot of torque on it. So see, this went right back on, and then I've already got this torque down quite a bit. Put a lot of torque on that. Still slides right back on. And you can see there's a little tiny bit of play, but not nearly as much as there normally is with an adjustable wrench. To give you an idea, here's the other competitors. And got it pretty snug there. Well, I snugged it up and now it actually won't go back on. Okay, there we go. Alright, snugged up, put some torque on it. You can already see it's backing off a little bit. There's a lot more play in this. So, I think Milwaukee is true. Their claims that it doesn't, I'd say it doesn't back off as readily. It might back off a little bit, but the issue is, normally when you're using a regular adjustable wrench, you've got to keep your thumb here on the wheel and tighten it and loosen it every time you do a turn. For these ones, I found that's not true. You can actually set it and do your work and keep going and not mess with the adjustment screw, so it does stay put. How they do that, I'm not entirely sure. I think a lot of it is the precision in the screw. I read somewhere there was claims of a proprietary mechanism. If you look at this, you can't actually take the screw barrel out, so you can't disassemble it. They ground this flat after they put it in. So I don't know if they're trying to hide their proprietary mechanism or what. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. You got a preloading spring up in here probably, because if you shove this a little bit, it always returns back down. and then you just got a really fine tooth adjustment screw. And if you look really closely, these are actually, the screw slots on the jaw are actually tapered a little bit to match these threads. Whereas with a regular one, regular cheap adjustable wrench, these on the jaw, these threads are square, and the teeth are a little bit tapered. So I think it's just high precision as far as these things go. I mean, I'm really impressed by them. I think the price point's pretty good. They come in right at $25 for the set of these, so they're not overly pricey, and they're good solid construction. So I think these are a good buy if you're looking for a set of adjustable wrenches. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below, and once again, don't forget to subscribe.